Match found.
Oh man, yo. Deathmatch grind. I don't have time to play 2 comp games tonight because I like playing at least 2 if I'm gonna play comp games at all. So I decided to grind deathmatch instead. This won't be every night, obviously. I was just doing stuff till like 8.
Warm up.
So I didn't want to just like play 1 comp game because that's kind of boring. I'd rather have enough time to get in at least 2, right? So tomorrow night, I should be back with comp games. I just thought tonight we might as well grind it a little bit of deathmatch. With the, like, what? A little under an hour I have. That might be enough time for a comp game, but I'd rather play it safe. Sheesh. You got notifications of the stream time changing randomly? Yeah. It did change a couple of times.
I got yous, okay?
Adjusting when I was actually able to do it. Dude, this video is taking me way too long to finish. I've been wasting time and it's terrible. I hate it. I wish I didn't. What in that timing? That's a terrible timing. Somehow I won though. Cage is the best. Just double headshot me with Deagle. Nice. What was I gonna say? Something about how it's annoying how I'm wasting time. Sheesh. Shit just destroyed me.
One dead.
No way. Let's go.
Finished.
That was some lag. Oh yeah, about that video, I should probably say things. It's gonna come out when it's ready, which should probably be the end of the week if I actually continue working on it, which I will. I'm tired of being not done with it. It's just been sitting there in DaVinci Resolve for like a week and a half now. And I'm just as annoyed that it's not out yet as you are.
See ya, buddy.
10 kills remaining.
And that's 3.
Five kills remaining.
Out.
One kill remaining.
See ya, buddy.
Match found. Deathmatch. Warm up.
I did get a camera now, you're right. It's lit. Hooked up my phone to my computer, so now we can actually see me. It's great. I find myself accidentally trying to use utility in death matches. That scared me, man. I'll like think that I can stun them. I'll click the stun button or something, and then end up not stunning because I don't know the stun. Because deathmatch. Like, I remember I was C long, I think, and this I tried to stun this cubby when I was sitting C long.
10 kills
And I couldn't.
remaining. Enemy down.
No shot.
Put down. Five kills remaining.
Playing pretty well for 30 kills right now.
Rain is gone.
Apparently this is a really stacked deathmatch with, what, like
One kill remaining.
5 of us at 30 right now? Which is pretty lit. These are my favorite kind of deathmatches. Where it's not just one person like 10 kills above the next, and we're actually all pretty even. Like, what, 6 of us within 10 kills each other there is not bad at all. $33 and $33, nice.
Match found.
You're coming to Ohio soon, Paul? Nice. Gotta hang out sometime.
Deathmatch. Warm up.
That was awkward. Wait, that Viper actually... Oh my gosh, they killed that chamber with classic.
Fight.
Not sure what that means. Viper's crazy or Chamber's terrible, but... Probably one of those two. Apparently I'm crazy. Viper's terrible. Or... I just hit shot. And Cypher's got a 4K already.
Dominating.
That's crazy.
Take it out.
Man. Okay. That timing's actually absurd. Got my revenge.
Walker's dead.
Gotta slow down with the sheriff. Man.
Brimstone down.
Peek me backside, dude. Please. Okay.
No more Viper.
I did decently well last game, and all of a sudden they put me in a lot of the 10s. It's crazy. Not the actual 10s, but like some crazy people. Maybe it's just placebo. I don't know. Are you joking? How do I not win that spray fight when she's standing and I'm crouching? Obviously, anybody who crouches should win a spray fight, right?
Brimstone down.
That's how they all work.
Ended.
Play some Phantom for a bit. Take some more close range fights. Fortunately, that was not close range enough.
Buried.
You know, it's actually like statistically better to have a Phantom in closer fights. Like there was research done on like what ranges Phantom versus Vandal is better at, and literally, it's statistically better to have a Phantom at the point where it one-shot headshots. At that first, what, 15 meters? Yeah, 15 meters, it's better to have a Phantom. Anywhere further, Vandal wins.
10 kills
But
remaining.
if you're like if you're playing defense or something, you position somewhere where it's really close, within 15 meters, of course, it's actually just best to have a Phantom because it's literally just statistically better. Now, when you're peeking long range, it's like if I'm going to come peek out sight here, of course I should have a Vandal, just because this fight is like Vandal's winning that most times on an equally skilled player.
5 kills remaining.
Look at that.
Wow.
One kill remaining.
Wait, Viper is 11 ahead of Jet. That's crazy.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I got third. Third is actually insane. I went 27 kills. What time is it? 8:50? We got plenty of time. We go next. It's lit.
Match found. Deathmatch. Warm up.
All right. No shot, dude. Jet and I are having a moment. Raze ruins it. It's crazy. Sorry for the sporadic mutes. That should be the last of them. My dad was just finishing going through our storage room, which we started a little bit ago, and now we're basically done, which is lit. Next is the garage. And he just wanted to get that done for quick tonight, so it's lit. Now it's done. And our storage room is like 8 times cleaner. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So, Mr. Bird, you were correct on your guess of me being muted. Mr. Bird had a question, I think. Why did I go overkill on my PC? If you're still here, Mr. Bird, or if you're watching this in the future for some weird reason, or if you're from 2027 and you want to know my PC in 2023 is overkill,
Fight.
because I wanted to put as much into it as I could. Because if you think about it, games are only get more like strenuous on the PC, and it'd be a lot easier to like I have one of the best processors that exists right now. I'm not trying to brag, of course, but this is just making a point. And the idea is that processor will last me for many years more than if I had gotten a couple of generations lower processor for only, like a couple $100 cheaper. That's pretty significant, right? A couple $100 is not a little bit of money. Like I'm not rich in any way. I just saved up money for a long time and was able to buy it. So I was like, I might as well go all out on this, spend as much as I can just to ensure that it lasts as long as it can with all the games coming out that are going to be requiring super crazy PC to at least run decently. So I thought might as well, wow, English is so hard. I thought I might as well get that all decked out, almost maxed. It's not maxed in any sense, I guess, but like some parts of it are close. Like the graphics card is a 4070, which is 2 away from the 4090, and then the CPU is maxed, and then RAM, of course, I don't as much as I could, because who needs like 64 gigabytes of RAM? It's kind of overkill, or like 128 or something insane. Don't need that much. But yeah, I think in the future, if I really need to, I should just be able to upgrade it. Hopefully, at this point, the processor should last me a while. Maybe I get like more RAM or something. That's the only thing I can think of I need anytime soon right now. Maybe more RAM. I have 32 gigabytes, which is plenty, but maybe more RAM. So yeah, it's nice. It's a big upgrade from what I had before. Future-proofing, pretty much. I'd rather spend an extra couple $100 now to have my PC last satisfactorily. Satisfactorily? I don't even know what that word would be. Some kind of satisfaction-y. For a couple more years, or another year than it would have if I had spent $500 less, right? And I had the money at the time. I had that extra $500 to spend, so. And then I bought it earlier this year. When did I buy it? I bought it sometime earlier this year, I think. And I was gonna work a job this summer that would make me a good enough amount of money, and I did. So now I've got some extra money in the bank if I need it for something. But after my computer, I'm pretty much stuffed out. Like, there's nothing else I really want. Well, okay, I can't say that. There's nothing else I really need. I can stream a quality stream. I can play games at 240 FPS with low ping for the foreseeable future without any necessary upgrades, which is good. It's not like my headset's terrible or my mouse is terrible. I've kind of got all the peripherals down. You could argue my mouse pad's bad, but mouse pads don't matter as long as you have one, really. I'm looking around, seeing if there's I mean, I could get a camera. That's probably the next logical step. So I don't have to use my phone, because it's annoying to set up my phone every time. I'm at 10 kills. Oh my gosh, I'm throwing. I mean, I guess 18 isn't much higher, is it? I guess most of us are doing pretty meh. Focus up for the last like 2 minutes here and see if I can get some kills. Hold on. Well, I was playing something on my computer. I can continue talking. I love forgetting what I say. I'm really good at that, especially when I'm focusing on something else like valorant. Really good at forgetting stuff.
5 kills remaining.
You went overkilling your CPU, but thinking of upgrading your GPU over the next few years? Yeah. We'll see. The upgrades kind of often depend on what games come out. Because I'm sure some years games push it more than others, right? Maybe over the next 5 years, there won't be many games or game series that really push super high graphics. Or maybe in the next 2 years, there will be huge jumps in the amount of computer required to run most games. It kind of depends on how game publishers go, how games go, and the quality that you need in order to play them well. But yeah, I don't think I was saying peripherals. I don't think I need any other peripherals, really. Camera, that's pretty much it. I don't even need another monitor. I don't need one. I've got 2 monitors, dual setup here. It's lit, which is so nice. I've had it for a couple years now. I just got a cheap monitor as my second one a while ago and had my second monitor now as my first monitor. Then I bought a good monitor here, 240 hertz, which is absolutely a blessing. I then changed my old main monitor to my second monitor, and now it's lit. I don't need anything else. A webcam, maybe? A camera of some sort would be the only, like I said, the only thing. Everything else is pretty lit right now, which is great. I'm so glad I have this. It's like, it's been years in the making. Like asking for different stuff for birthday. It's not like one day I decided, hey, I'm going to go spend thousands of dollars on a gaming setup. No, I literally... It's like I asked for stuff for birthdays. I asked for only money for birthdays for like a couple of years in order to afford all this, especially the computer. I asked for money for a long time to get that stuff. My desk I bought and built because it was a custom build from IKEA. My headphones I had to buy it. It's not like I didn't really group purchase this stuff. A lot of people see these setups and they're like, man, you got all that stuff, you must be rich. It's not like I'm not rich at all. I just have spent the last, like, what, 4 years maybe? 5 years? 6 years saving up for all this junk? Asking birthdays and Christmas presents, all that stuff. And I'm not, like, poor either. I'm not, like, in the middle of some street. I don't live on the street or anything. But I'm totally blessed to be able to recognize what I want early on enough to start saving. Because if I had started now thinking, oh, I want to buy a computer, a good computer, then that's a problem, right? Why is there the... What? I'm so confused. Okay, whatever. But yeah, it's cool. It's really cool. Been a lot of years in the making. I'm kind of finally in a satisfactory spot where I don't need to rush buying any other gear, which is so nice to be at. You were just asking because my CPU by itself costs more than your whole PC setup, but it's because you got everything used. Yeah, I mean, I use used stuff for a lot of stuff. There's some stuff that used stuff is objectively better. Like you should probably buy a used car because cars always depreciate in value. Cars aren't an investment. You buy a car, and the price of that car just goes down and down and down. So like cars, it's good to buy used because they're a lot cheaper, often not like garbage. But I'm not familiar with the PC world, so I decided to at least start out by buying as much new stuff as I could. Maybe in the future I'll get used stuff. I don't even know. It depends.
Deathmatch.
I decided, yeah, I don't know. I didn't want to get used stuff just because it felt like higher quality, more guarantee of satisfaction if I were to get new stuff and put it all together. And then speaking of building the PC, that like I have never built a PC or anything like this before. I'm not that kind of techie guy. I'm a techie guy as in I know how to do stuff on the computer, not in the computer, if you know what I mean. But now I had my friends come over for a sleepover. It was lit. I know I'm a high schooler and call it a sleepover. How cringe. A sleepover. I'm just calling it what it is. Don't gotta call it like a sleep hangout or something. I don't even know what cool people call it. I call it sleepover because I'm still 4. And I like being 4 years old, and I'm going to be 4 years old as long as I want to be 4 years old. I had my friends over. One of them stayed the next day and helped me put the PC together. And it literally took me all day to get everything working. And I got it done somehow. Without breaking anything. It was like magical. I was surprised that, like, I was expecting me to build this PC and then like a week later it stops working somehow and I gotta troubleshoot and like buy a new graphics card or something expensive. But I didn't. It didn't break somehow, and it's been going a month now, couple months, something like that. Couple months, right? Surely, a couple months now, without being broken, which is absolutely insane. And I hope it stays like that. Because I don't have the money to buy another PC right now. When I first built it, it did have this weird smell coming from it. Like the smell of new electronics, essentially, is what I attribute it to now. But I was sus of that smell for a bit. But then when the smell went away, we were chilling.
Dominating.
But yeah, I mean, you don't need this crazy of a PC setup. You don't need that insane processor or graphics card or anything like that if you're just going to play. My problem was streaming. I wanted to stream on my old computer. I couldn't stream. Streaming's fun to me. I like just being able to chill, talk to chat, play video games live, have people watch me. So I was like, I want to stream. I tried it on my old computer. It happened, but it was terrible. There was not a good stream on my old computer. That, like, I could stream, but it was a bad experience both for me and my viewers and my computer. So I stopped streaming my old computer. I said, I'm not streaming again until I get my new computer. Got my new computer, here we are. But yeah, if you're just gonna game, especially if you don't care as much about frames, you don't need a PC setup like this. There are some casual gamers out there who don't care about frames, who think they need a $3,000 PC setup when you really just don't. You can get a pretty decent PC setup for like 1,000 or even under, like 600 will get you a starter PC at this point. And now if you're like 7, that's a lot of money. But if you're nearing adulthood, like you got jobs and stuff, that's fine, depending on your situation, of course. I'm not speaking for everybody here, and I know some people are different than others. We all come from different places, but you know what I'm saying. If you're not streaming, if you're not worrying about content creation, video editing, any kind of like 3D rendering kind of stuff, you don't need a super powerful PC. I'd honestly recommend, if unless you're trying to like go pro or reach really high ranks, that you should probably just go with like maybe reaching for 120, 144 frames per second on your monitor and your computer. Because past that, there's not much of a difference. I think 120 to 244 or 204. What is it? 240? Yeah, 240 is basically the last big jump of noticeableness. After that, it's essentially negligible. You could argue 360 maybe, but that's kind of unnecessary and impossible for most computers at this point. What else? Yeah, you don't need something crazy if you're just gaming, which is good, I think. I think games have optimized themselves at this point. Game developers have really taken it upon themselves to make games more accessible to people who may not have a supercomputer. Which is good. It's very good. It means people can play their games. And I'm glad, unlike some other companies, that the general gaming space has made it very acceptable for even people with garbage computers to be able to play. 430 Canadian with all used items and around 160, 20 FPS on value. Yeah, exactly. That's totally fine. Like, you don't need much more than 160 FPS. If you've got a 144, 120 hertz monitor, you're going to stay above that the whole time, and it's going to be lit. You will notice nothing. Only problem arises when you stream. But of course, if you're not streaming, no problem at all. And again, I think that's good that games are able to be run at that point. Because I was at that point. I was able to play game. Like my computer, when I first got it, I thought I had struck a deal with how good it was performing. Not this computer, my old computer. When I first got it, I thought I had struck an absolute deal with how it was performing. And the price, I was like, people are buying $4,000 PCs when my PC can do this for only how, I don't even remember how much out of 4 at this point. And yeah, those $4,000 PCs, you feel like you need it at first. But then you realize just a game, you don't really need it. Content creation, maybe. But just a game, no, you don't need that at all. You're good with just a couple $100 put into one. And that'll get you far enough. As far as you need to go, really.
One kill remaining.
And especially if you're playing games like Valorant, where the frame demand is not too high. Like, there's some games that take a lot more from your computer than Valorant does. Valorant's pretty easy on the frames because it's not the highest, like, rendering game. Unless you turn, like, RTX on everything, but if you've got a PC that's not from NASA, you probably shouldn't be doing that. I don't do that. I'm out here with all my settings on low. Look at this, all on low. Just so that I can get as much frames out as I can. I've got an expensive computer. Go look at it. It's crazy. And again, none of this is trying to brag. I'm trying to explain my thought process, the thought process of everybody when trying to buy a PC, and that kind of thing. Yeah, I think this is a pretty decent system, honestly. Everything is well priced for how it should be. Honestly, that might make me sound rich. I'm not. But I don't think a couple $100 is not bad to start out for gaming. If you really like it and you've got a job, maybe you start saving for a couple $1,000 computer. There you go. You got a really powerful computer there. But if you're just gaming casually, you don't need much more than a couple $100, which is really good. I think that entry price should stay there for as long as it possibly can. And there should always be games that are low enough demand to run at that point, because I'm afraid that in 50 years from now, when we're super far on, that to run just the regular games that people play, you're gonna need a couple $1,000 computer, or even $1,000 computer, just to have a chance. And that's what I don't want, because then at that point, that's a lot more. $1,000 is a lot more than just a couple hundred to start off gaming. So it's in a good spot now. I'm proud of the industry. Yeah, we go another deathmatch. We got time. Probably this will be the last one. Then we'll move on to sleep, because sleep is good for you. Dude, 8 hours of sleep is underrated. A couple years ago, I decided to start getting. I know it was a couple years ago now. It might have been a year now. Maybe a year. Maybe more than that. I don't know. I decided to start giving myself 8 hours of sleep a night. So I'd schedule times to go to bed and times to wake up. On the weekends, I wake up at this time. During school, I wake up at this time.
Deathmatch. Warm up.
During summer, I'd wake up at this time. And so on. And that's how it went, actually. I somehow sticked with it. Because before I did that, before I decided to get 8 hours of sleep, it was like, I try to stay up as late as possible until my dad was like, okay, you should probably go to sleep now. And I was like, okay, I should probably go to sleep now because I have like to do stuff tomorrow. And now I took it upon myself to get good sleep, because I probably saw like 2 YouTube shorts about it, and now we're all here, where I'm getting consistently 8 hours of sleep a night, and I feel great. Then I started running. Recently, I've started eating healthier. It's so lit. It's so lit. With around $200, you can get a kind of old computer and a powerful GPU, which is 144 plus FPS. Exactly. If you think about that, like a $200 computer, a little bit of money spent on a 144 FPS, 120 FPS monitor, that's a lot better than like console gamers. Any console gamer's not getting that. Of course, you could argue next-gen consoles are getting that, but for $200, if you're getting a machine as powerful as next-gen consoles, that's a steal. That's a steal. And then, of course, the monitor is extra money, but so is the TV, right?
Don't stop fighting. You must keep
But
going.
yeah, I like how the entry price right now is super low. It's good.
Jump them.
Makes it affordable. Because now, like, if you think about it, in the future, imagine the entry price to start gaming on PC is even just $1,000. If you think about that, then whether or not to start gaming on console or PC is out of the question for some people. It's just automatically console because they don't have enough money to buy a computer for that much just to start gaming. They don't even know if they'll enjoy it that much or be that committed to it. Compared to now, where it's only a couple $100s, that's pretty nice. Like, that's in the conversation of consoles. You can get a Nintendo Switch for $300, an Xbox One for $300, a PlayStation 4 for $300, Xbox X for what, like $600, so is PlayStation 5, or a PC for any of those prices, honestly. A pretty decent PC at this point. Which is really good. And of course, I think PC is the answer to that question. Originally, I was an Xbox guy just because I had an Xbox and never really had a PlayStation. Now I'm such a PC guy. It's like, on PlayStation, you can play almost all the games you want. There's some exclusives, some. But like Xbox at this point is Xbox Game Pass. PlayStation, you can get by without their exclusives. Are there even PlayStation exclusives? I think there are. I think there are. But you can get by without them. You can play other games, I promise. So yeah, it's really good how PCs are able to be in the conversation of entry gaming. See, I could tell you that my crosshair was on her head, and I would not be lying. Who's dead and who's not? You're dead. You're not. I think it's funny how we got split again. I think it's funny though. It's not funny, I guess. I don't know what to describe it as. It's interesting. However, the past couple years, my life has gradually gotten better. It's in no great state now. I've still got stuff that's bad in my life. That's not fun at all. That I wouldn't wish on anybody. But the truth is that over the past couple years, my individual life, like my mindset, my decisions, my time spending, my own self-care and self-development has improved greatly. And I think that matters equally as much, if not more than, the stuff going on around me in my life, which I often can't control. So it's good. I think that shows good prospects for me in the future, which is good. And of course, there's people that can't do that. There's people that maybe in the past couple years their self-help life has gone terrible. They've only gotten worse, and that's, of course, not a good thing, and that's something they can work on. And we're all in different places, but I'm just glad that I've been blessed to have a improving personal, as in me, life. Around me, not so much. And that's kind of for all of us, honestly. We've all got stuff going on around us that we can't really control. Which is sad, but it's the way it is. For now. I really do wonder where gaming will go in the next years, though. Will we get to a Ready Player One kind of thing? I'm not saying our society will live in VR and that kind of thing, where it's like full-on Ready Player One society. But my question is, will gaming become more and more real? Not only in how it looks, but how we play it. Like with those vests or whatever, those like outfits that you can put on to like feel what's going on in the game. Will those come soon? Is that like a next 10 years thing, next 5 years thing, or is that a next 200 years thing and we're just nowhere near that yet? Why'd I crouch spray? I couldn't tell you. By some miracle, I'm still winning right now. You've been working out a bit, which is gave you some self-confidence? Yeah. Andrew Tate. I know he's a hot topic, and this video is probably going to get demonetized when I get monetized for saying that word. One person... This really has nothing to do with him and more of the idea of working out, so stick with me even if you hate Andrew Tate. One person emailed him and said that he was going to commit suicide, help. And the guy... And Andrew Tate said, go get a six-pack and then come back to me. The guy got a six-pack now. He's like super into fitness. He's like excited. Of course, his thoughts were gone. The amount of like mental fortitude that working out and getting better physically gives you is crazy. Even if it's just running or lifting weights for like 10 minutes a day. Seeing yourself get stronger physically shows you how you can get stronger and improve, not only physically, but mentally, in your workplace, around your friends, in your family, right? And I think that visual demonstration is really big for a lot of people, including myself. I've started working out recently too, and seeing myself become stronger and get bigger and become faster has been crazy mentally. I'll look at myself in the mirror and I'll be like, this is what I look like? Are you joking?
1 kill remaining.
This like... Oh, Phoenix, I thought I was going.
Not bad.
This guy is the guy that looks cool now, apparently. And it's crazy. It's crazy how much just working out, simple. Like, you don't have to become a full gym rat where you're spending hours and hours at the gym every week and you're planning out your meal plans and trying to get all that stuff done where it's like you're totally nerding out about it. You don't have to go that far. If you just buy like 10-pound weights and start lifting those, you don't need some super heavy, crazy stuff. If you start running, start doing even push-ups. You don't even need weights. Just do push-ups, do sit-ups. Calisthenics kind of junk. It'll help you a lot, mentally and physically, which is good. Okay, this was a long conversation about a lot of stuff. I love Deathmatch for that. It allows me to just chill and talk or think if I'm not streaming. 9:26 p.m. is great timing. Thanks for watching. If you like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Click the notification bell to know when I upload my next video. I'll be working on it and editing soon because I have to get it out, and I'm tired of it not being out. It's been like 3 weeks since I posted the video, which is absolutely terrible. I'm watching my subscribers count tick down one by one by one, which is not good. See you later, Mr. Bird. Thanks for the conversation. It was lit talking with you. Goodbye. Gotta find that.